What's up, everybody? Uh, let's see. I need to let everyone know that I'm live on Facebook. Uh, 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 to my who has joined my somebody joined? Hey, whoever joined, make sure you put a like. You can comment if you want. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Your brother some love. Uh, I wonder can I see comments down here? I need someone to let me know if they can hear me. Can you hear me? Just let me see. What's this mic set? What is showing this mic? Okay, Google Chrome is using a microphone. So somebody should be able to hear me. Because what's the point of doing this whole podcast? Nobody can hear me and shit. You know. Let me see. Empire Wrestling. I don't think nobody hit that like button yet. Let me see. I'm letting everyone know to watch this podcast on YouTube. I mean on Facebook right now. Just give me a sec. Remember to like, comment. That's just great. Get that notification. Yeah. Well, people, we just came off of a weekend of WWE WrestleMania Backlash. Um, AEW Blood and Guts left the wrestling business like 30 years. WWE 2 weeks later. Zombies. How are the defense going to defend this? Look, I am a fan of WWE. I might be, and I'm not saying I'm not a fan of AEW. I think AEW is okay. There's some things that I think they should be work on. I'm not gonna be a bias. I talk to certain people. They already talking about you biased. You didn't even hear nothing I said. I said WWE and AEW need to work. Uh, I watched the pay per view Sunday. WWE WrestleMania Backlash. Ah, do I? What do I give it? Do I give it a 5 star? I give it a 2 star and a half. The only reason why I even give it a star, period, is because Roman Reigns was in the pay per view. he that was the match that I only gave a fuck about. Not because I'm you know, being biased and only like Roman Reigns and nobody else. I like Bobby Lashley. His triple threat match. Once I had to watch it again. I had to watch it again because at that time I was waiting for my pizza to get here. I ordered a pizza, then get it to 2 damn hours. I was pissed off that day. And then I come upstairs and this triple threat match going on. That's how you know that Vince McMahon doesn't make the WWE worth watching. Because I watch these pay-per-views now, and it's like the pay-per-views watching me because I even fall asleep on it. I fall asleep on the Rebel Mysterio Dominic Mysterio match because it was predictable. That match, I don't know. I didn't care about it. I really did. Let me put uh, what's excuse me. I'm also gonna do a Monday Night Raw review too as well after this. But since I couldn't, first of all, I was trying to do this review live right after WrestleMania Backlash came off Sunday, but I couldn't do it because for some reason my computer, I guess because it's my first time doing anything regarding going live on my computer, it was telling me I had to wait 24 hours. First of all, I had to put a security code on to my phone. So I can't even try to go live, but then they said, okay, now you gotta wait 24 hours. So it's really I don't know. Hey, it's popping up on my screen. WrestleMania Backlash. Let's talk about that. Uh, later on, we'll tell y'all when my two of my shows, two of my other YouTube channels, the date when that's coming up. Thank goodness my birthday coming up, bro. Because I'm doing all these fun things. I'm about to come out with all these YouTube channels around my birthday. I'm gonna give y'all the date towards the end of the show, and I'm gonna even say it again for Monday Night Raw review. Because we're gonna go live for that one too. WrestleMania Backlash was trash. Okay, I didn't give a fuck about the pay per view. Never had, never will. What I mean by that is WrestleMania wasn't even on it. I didn't watch WrestleMania because I didn't have the WWE Network. The only reason why I decided to get the WWE Network now, let me make sure y'all really can hear me because I got my fan on. I hope they ain't trying to know. But it'd be hotter here a lot of times. But uh, like I said, what I was saying, WrestleMania Backlash, like these pay per views, man. I don't know. WrestleMania, like I said, I just started watching the WWE Network again because first of all, I thought the WWE Network was gonna cost more because now it's on Peacock. So I was like, oh, what? We're gonna have to pay for Peacock and the WWE Network, but turned out it's still $10 to watch the show. Period. Because only thing you got to do is pay for the Peacock. You don't even have to pay for Peacock to watch the WWE Network. You can watch the WWE Network for free on there. You just have to deal with commercials and ads and all that stuff. But now, you know, you can go ahead and pay for the Peacock Premium, and watch the WWE Network for free without the commercials. You still ain't watching the network for free, but you still get to watch it once you pay for the Peacock Premium. So I thought it was gonna be like this: you pay for the Peacock Premium, and then when you get to the WWE Network, now you gotta pay for that too. So it's gonna be like $20 altogether. Thank God it wasn't like that, because that would have killed the WWE Network. And like I said, this fan, I need to turn this fan on because it's hot as hell. Hot. Alright. But comment, let me know if y'all, you know, if y'all can't hear me and if y'all need to turn this fan off. And I hope y'all don't have to with this Uh, uh, I didn't watch the pre-show WrestleMania Backlash, and the reason why I didn't is because it's not worth watching. Okay, I will watch it for the next pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, which is stupid. Why is Money in the Bank not? I don't know. I don't get it. Why is WWE Money in the Bank? It's not the next pay-per-view. I'm hearing it's gonna be in July, but I hope it's not in October because I looked up all the pay-per-views for this year, and when I looked it up, they showed Money in the Bank being June 20th. In October, it was going to be WWE Hell in a Cell. Why the fuck? First of all, I hate Hell in a Cell. Money in the Bank is the only pay-per-view that I can look at is the fact that y'all made the gimmick match a pay-per-view. Y'all made a pay-per-view after the match. I thought it was perfect staying at WrestleMania every year. And, then and now I'm used to it now because first WrestleMania was feeling like like it was missing something when you took away the Money in the Bank briefcase. But now it's okay though because at least people were still getting over and still doing the old tradition of Money in the Bank. But now you killed the Money in the Bank by giving it to fucking what's his name? Uh, Otis and Brock Lesnar. Why is Brock Lesnar need a Money Bank briefcase and why Braun Strowman need one? And okay, and then I was gonna be like, okay, I can buy into Braun Strowman being the first giant to win Money Bank briefcase if he wins. You didn't even let him win. Yeah, Money in the Bank is dead, but you have a chance to bring it back alive. I would still would rather see that in Hell in a Cell because Hell in a Cell, I don't feel like you can bring that back alive. Period. Money in the Bank, y'all can bring that back alive. Hell in a Cell, the only way to bring Hell in a Cell would be back resurrected that pay per view if you take it away from being a pay per view and make it an actual real match. Why is Hell in a Cell is going to be seen 4 times? You're overdoing it. Hell in a Cell is only supposed to be for one reason only. It's supposed to be brought out one time, once a year. Then when it's brought out once a year, it's supposed to be for grudge matches, for guys who've been fighting each other for like 4 or 5 times and want to end a feud and go to the next feud. That's what Hell in a Cell is supposed to be about. And you shouldn't be turning red, either making it look like it's from Toys R Us. Turn back to the original color. First match. Before go to the first match, like I said, I didn't watch the pre-show, but I watched the highlights, and I heard about it through other podcasts. They was talking about Sheamus went against Ricochet. Why is Ricochet coming out with black jeans and regular shoes when he not coming out with his wrestling tights? That lets me know he's even more buried now because he's so buried. Y'all buried his career so bad now. This man I'm burying Ricochet so bad now. That Ricochet don't even wear his wrestling tights now for a wrestling segment. And we haven't seen Ricochet. I heard Ricochet was on main event, which means if you're on main event, that means this means just threw your ass out of Raw now or out of SmackDown, just threw you the main event. Like Jinder Mahal. He was here last week on Raw, I believe. He fought Jeff Hardy and buried Jeff Hardy. He wants to say Jeff Hardy and buried. But what is he at right now? Because I don't see him winning those WWE titles. Jeff Hardy should have been brought back to win world titles or something. And they should have done the same thing with Matt Hardy when they brought him back. But they buried Matt Hardy and wonder why he went to AEW. Jeff Hardy, I would say he would go there and rather go to AEW. And I bet when his contract is up, yes. But I heard his contract, I think it's not up to 5 years. I don't know if he signed a long extension contract with WWE. If I'm not, you know, mistaken, but that's what I heard. Jeff Hardy is pretty much fucked. Okay? Because he's stuck in that contract with WWE right now when he could be AEW doing some nice, great things. Uh, like I say, it was Sheamus versus Ricochet. Ricochet lost, and it wasn't even a title match. First of all, why did you call it WrestleMania Backlash? But these are the champions that was defended or won at WrestleMania in this pay per view. The United States Championship was defended and won, and guess who? And guess who won it and became the United States champion? Sheamus. But it was defended at WrestleMania. Why is it not being defended at WrestleMania Backlash? And I get that you did the whole Matt Riddle thing. Now you let Matt Riddle lose the title just so he could be with Randy Orton to be in this arcade bro tag team. But why the fuck would you do that too as well with the Intercontinental Champion? The Sheamus feud is over with Matt Riddle, but The Intercontinental Championship feud is not over. Why could you have Apollo Crews go against Big E at WrestleMania Backlash? But you call this WrestleMania Backlash, no offense. Vince McMahon is one delusional guy. Okay. Now the first match, the night of the main show after Ricochet. First of all, I want to talk about this too. Why is Ricochet dancing after he lost a match? Sheamus. You make your wrestlers look like complete fools. I wouldn't be dancing after I lost a match. I would be trying to whoop Sheamus' ass. I think why Ricochet was dancing because he hasn't been on TV in a while. He's just so happy to have his TV time. Why the fuck is this man stealing Sheamus' hat dance and Sheamus gotta be upset? Why Sheamus upset about the only thing I would be upset about if I was Sheamus is losing that United States champion. So Ricochet and not having the title no more. Fuck my hat, jacket, whatever. You mean to tell me that Sheamus hat, his little jacket, whatever shit he wear, is more important than the United States champion? Are you serious? The United States champion too is more important than the league championship right now. Because at least Sheamus is a better champion than Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is getting boring. And it's not his fault. It's Vince's fault because he think, oh, I'm giving fans what they want. Because I let Bobby Lashley be champion, and we just gave it to another black champion. Let me tell you this right now. Bobby freaking Lashley. Hold on, hey Elijah, what's up, man? Okay, I just put. Hold on, guys. Oh, guys, you can't find my channel right now. My one of my best friends from Wayne County Community College. I was going to college with him. Let me. That's my boy. I'm about to give him. Hold on one second, guys. Let me send him the link so he can get on this WWE network. I mean, not WWE network, but on this podcast. Hold on, guys. But what I'm saying, Ricochet, there's a lot you can do with that guy, and you will literally bury this guy. Well, this is the link, but what? Hey, okay, there you go. My boy Elijah. But you know what? I'm thinking about bringing him on the show too one day. He might be our guest for every pay per view, whatever. Yeah. But yes, I just think the Ricochet thing. The United States champion shouldn't even be on the pre-show. The United States champion should be on the main show. And where's the Intercontinental champion? And why we only got one female tag team division going on? We should have two. One for Raw and one for SmackDown. How you gonna have a Monday Night Raw tag team champion, the SmackDown tag team champion for a man, and then you got the blue Universal champion on SmackDown, then you have the regular league champion on Raw. It don't make sense. Vince priorities is fucked up. And the fans need to stop kissing his ass every time he comes out. Every time Vince McMahon comes out Raw, SmackDown, you need to boo the hell out of him. Okay? Stop cheering for this guy. And they got a nerve to go on Twitter and say he's delusional, but as soon as he come on Raw or SmackDown event, y'all cheer for the guy. What's up, Elijah? I see you found. I give you the link. Tell anybody you know. All right, thanks for the like, man. Thanks for the like. Tell everybody you know that the Roman Empire Wrestling Podcast is on, baby. Time to get my fans. Oh yeah. Yeah, now we're gonna talk about forget the Sheamus and the Ricochet thing. That didn't make sense. The first match is Charlotte, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, the Raw Women's Champion. Yeah, it's just a matter of time Charlotte's gonna win that Raw Women's Champion. Rhea Ripley is not to me. To me, she's not really believable as a champion. And it's not because of her, it's because the way that she's being booked and the way she's being booked is too fast. Uh, Back in the days, for some wrestlers, It's all right to be booked. Wait a minute, I lost this. It was all right for certain wrestlers to get booked fast in the WWE, but certain wrestlers, you know, uh, Rhea Ripley, you should have, my boy. That's what I'm talking about. Yep, she got pushed too fast. So now you got this whole thing where her supposed to be believable that and to me they're making her look like she's scared of Charlotte. Why is she kind of trying to her best to stop Charlotte from getting a WWE title, women's title match? Why she want to? Oh, I know why she want to fight Oscar because Oscar gonna get fed to her every 5 minutes. Oscar beat Charlotte. Uh, 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 that's a whole nother review. I'm gonna do that review about Raw, Oscar versus Charlotte, whatever. But we talk about WrestleMania Backlash, but Oscar's not even believable no more. You made her lose so many times, and you first fucked up when you had her lose to Charlotte at WrestleMania. So now she's already buried by it with that, and now she's buried again. She's getting buried over and over. Oscar should have retained that title at WrestleMania, and now here we got Charlotte right here. I don't know. Charlotte, I like her, but I feel like she got too much of her dad's persona. She need to come up with her own character. Because at least you can say a lot of people have a lot of people used to. Well, I don't think a lot of people started to like Roman Reigns now that he's heel, but you got some people that still hate on him and still ain't watched none of his work as a heel. Just still remember the babyface Roman Reigns. At least you can say Roman Reigns has his own identity and still have his own identity. Now he ain't coming out trying to act like The Rock. Roman Reigns is being Roman Reigns. Charlotte acts so much like her dad. There's always the woo and the whole robe thing. And I can't buy into that. You gotta have your own character to me because you don't want people to start saying you just like your dad. You just like your dad. Funny before that. Yes, I want Becky Lynch to come save the women's division right now. That's the only person who can save the women's division. Not no Charlotte. Becky Lynch is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the female division. She needs to come back and win. I understand she just had a baby with Seth. But Seth was already back. Let let her come back. And do whatever. To me, they just keeping that title nice and tidy for Charlotte, just so Charlotte can drop it to probably Becky. You know, but who want to see Charlotte versus Becky again? We don't see that 1,000 times. We need new faces on Raw and SmackDown more than ever. The same thing that they're doing with Becky Lynch right now on SmackDown. Like she's basically getting pushed too fast. Sasha Banks should have retained the title. And you want to know why she didn't retain that title? Sasha Banks is simply because Vince McMahon hates Snoop Dogg, her cousin, for leaving to go to AEW. He partnered with AEW now, Snoop Dogg. And Vince McMahon hate that shit. If that never would have happened, Sasha Banks would have won that match. And I'm not saying I'm hating on Bianca Belair. I love Bianca Belair, and I don't mind seeing the push. But to me, her winning that Royal Rumble was enough for her to get a push and be like, okay, if she loses the WrestleMania match, it won't be that because you could have saved this for SummerSlam for her and have Sasha Banks be a heel or whatever. But you rush to give it to Bianca Belair. And to me, it's kind of her title reign is starting to kind of be boring. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on the show. And to me, I feel like Vince McMahon is about to ruin Bianca Belair. And he only just gave her the title just to get back at Sasha because Snoop Dogg is partnering and doing all sorts of stuff with AEW right now, and they'll have no parts of WWE. And I hate that Sasha Banks got to deal with that type of shit because of Vince McMahon, his stubbornness. Okay? But we're gonna talk about the show. Of course, the first match, like I said, Charlotte, Oscar, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won, but Whoopi do she excited because she panned Oscar. You didn't pan Charlotte. So it just showed me that you definitely still didn't beat Charlotte. And like I said, I'm just starting to go back to watch WWE now. I I heard stuff about their feud in NXT, but I'm pretty sure Charlotte won every last one of them. Let me know, Elijah. Let me know. Comment. Let me know who won all the matches between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley in NXT if you watched it. Because stop watching wrestling because I'm tired of seeing all the new guys get buried and not pushed. So I don't know. But like I say, the first match, Charlotte versus Oscar and Rhea Ripley, the only thing that was all right about the only thing that I really paid attention to this match, because I ain't gonna lie, I fell asleep with some of this shit. Because this shit was boring. Okay. The triple threat match, I ain't gonna say the triple match wasn't good. I seen some things about it, it was okay, but it was predictable as hell. I already knew Rhea Ripley was not gonna pin Charlotte. She was gonna pin Oscar for the win. And not only that, they did a lot of stare downs between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley in the match. It felt like a singles match. It's supposed to be a triple threat match, but it felt like a singles one-on-one match because it was all Charlotte. Yeah, she's hardcore now, Charlotte, but like I say, I won't really care about her too much until she changed that whole gimmick. Like she's still in her gimmick gimmick from her dad too much. Be your own self. Change the music. Why are you still coming out to your dad's music? You know you changed it up a little bit to try to make it seem like it's your identity, but it's not really. I mean, to me, when I see Charlotte Flair, all I see is Ric Flair. Think of Ric Flair. When I see Charlotte, I should be thinking of only Charlotte Flair. Same thing with Roman Reigns. When I look at Roman Reigns, I don't see The Rock. I see Roman Reigns, him being himself, and that's what's going on with a lot of these wrestlers now. They're not being able to be themselves because Vince is holding them hostage of what they can do in the ring. Because he already said he don't want to make no star no more because he afraid that they're gonna be walking out of the company like Stone Cold, The Rock. Well, not Stone Cold. Stone Cold unfortunately had a bad injury that nagged him on to do his whole career ever since Owen Hart supposedly made a mistake and injured him. Some people think Owen Hart did it on purpose in 1997 SummerSlam when he did the power driver on Stone Cold, and it it didn't land. When he landed, he didn't land it right. He probably did on purpose. I don't know. People saying he did on purpose or not. I don't know. He could have been a mistake, but that injury pretty much ended the career of Stone Cold. Stone Cold only had like 5, 6 more years after that. And he ended up retiring in what 2003. But The Rock, he left, became a movie star. Vince McMahon don't want no more wrestlers leaving and becoming movie stars again. He wants wrestlers to stay only in his company. That's why he gives them these 50-50 booking. That's why Bray Wyatt, he gives Bray Wyatt 50-50 booking. Oh, I'll let you win this match. But guess what? Next match, you're going to lose this one. So it's kind of bullshit. And Bray Wyatt is the most talented guy right now that they got. Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt is the biggest stars that they got right now in WWE. Even with Bray Wyatt, he's not even buried. Even though Vince McMahon tried to bury him, the fans still went crazy for him at WrestleMania this year. When the fans seen him, they all screamed, "Holy shit!" See, and Vince still keep burying this man for no reason. Uh, like I say, Charlotte didn't win the match, but we all know probably around SummerSlam she's gonna get a big win. They saving her win for a big stage, people. Rhea Ripley is not gonna be champion for long. Or Becky Lynch gonna be back by the end and be champion. I hope Becky Lynch wins it. Charlotte, please. I don't want to see no more Charlotte championship wins. Unless she's on SmackDown, maybe it'll be okay. For Raw, no, no, no. If Becky Lynch coming back, whatever brand Becky Lynch coming back for, to me, you need to separate Charlotte and Becky. Because if you don't separate Becky and Charlotte and put one on Raw, one on SmackDown, you know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be another Becky versus Charlotte. Becky versus Charlotte. Becky versus Charlotte. We want to see that over and over. We've seen it already. We even seen it in a triple threat match with her and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 35 back in what? Was that 2018? No, no, 2019. You know, nobody want to see that over and over again. We need to be doing new stuff, new matches. Even now, they're only paying attention to Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Forget the rest of the females division unless it's the tag team division. And for Raw, Rhea Ripley is just walking around, not hardly having matches. She had what, one match on Raw since she been. Wait a minute, she never lost. She had to get it. Yeah, that you're right. You come out with a. I like that comment right there. Yeah, my boy Elijah said. I mean, they should let her win it. She never lost. She had to give the title up because she was pregnant. Basically, same with Edge. He never lost it. It has to retire because of injury. He's talking about Becky Lynch, people, if y'all don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, Becky Lynch got pregnant, so she had to get a title to Oscar. Oscar was literally, I'm surprised they did literally the way that they did it for Oscar. I'm surprised that wasn't for Charlotte, like just hand her the title. They basically let Becky Lynch just hand her the title, Oscar. And you thought, some people probably would have thought, oh, she probably about to get a good push now. She's been given the title by Becky Lynch. She gonna do something great with it. What? Just to lose to Rhea Ripley and make Charlotte look good and Charlotte get the title back. Come on, guys. Y'all been burying Oscar since she been main roster. And this McMahon do that on purpose because who created Oscar in WWE and NXT? Triple H. Triple H made that streak awesome. Made Oscar awesome. And because Vince McMahon's still mad at Triple H because he buried Stephanie, I guess. He's trying to get the company with Vince McMahon died. Vince McMahon know what Triple H trying to do. So he every star that get calls up from NXT comes to Raw, SmackDown, and just get buried. Okay, and I'm supposed to believe that you're gonna push Aleister Black now that he's back on SmackDown. I hope they do, and I hope they put Vega now that they brought her back. She should have been fired in the first place. Now that you brought her back to the WWE, guess what? Put her as the manager for Aleister Black because that's way more better for her being the manager for Aleister Black than her being the manager for Andrade. Anyway, you're right. Uh, I read it. He said I read it. My boy Elijah said I rather have this new Alexa be champion. Bray Wyatt made her interesting. You're right, but the only thing I don't like about it is they making it only about Alexa Bliss, just burying Bray Wyatt, just making it only about Alexa Bliss. But I want Alexa Bliss to be champion too. The person that should be given a title opportunity right now for Raw Women's Champion, it should be Alexa Bliss. But you just rush Charlotte there because she's Ric Flair's daughter. Put Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss could be the female Undertaker right now. Y'all might laugh. Some people might laugh at me and say, but some people do not buy into the gimmick of Alexa Bliss. I am. I think she's doing a good job as sister because the only problem is y'all ain't utilizing it. Y'all only using it for her to do promos backstage or whatever. She should be having matches, but maybe she ain't having matches because I heard her career was pretty much over because she had some type of bad injury, and that's why she don't wrestle that much these days. So I don't know, but if you're going to let her do all these promos or whatever, let her have a star have a match. You have to remember too, Alexa's the reason why Bray Wyatt lost too. Vince McMahon allowed Alexa Bliss to cost Bray Wyatt that match, I believe, at WrestleMania. And the reason why that happened is because Vince McMahon wants to just blame Alexa Bliss. But further, I can't even blame Alexa Bliss for that. That's still Vince McMahon's fault because he booked that bullshit. And just because Bray Wyatt, because if y'all want to know why Bray Wyatt lost at WrestleMania, it's because he's having mental issues right now, which I understand. He said because Luke Harper, his best friend, died, some years back. Well, he died last year, Luke Harper, while being under the contract with AEW. But still, you could have booked him to win. And so when he returned from his mental issues and deal with whatever he's dealing with, he will be still pushed as a winner, not a loser. He's gonna come back as a guy that lost to Randy Orton for what? Just so Randy Orton can push Matt Riddle. And why the hell will Randy Orton push Matt Riddle as tag team as RK Bro, but can't push Bray Wyatt? I love Matt Riddle though. Don't get me wrong. I love Matt Riddle, but he's no Bray Wyatt. Okay. Bray Wyatt could have been like the next Undertaker, the new face of fear. There would never be another Undertaker. I get that, but at least we could have the new a new face of fear and have Bray Wyatt be the man. But you keep burying him every chance you get. What's wrong with Vince? And like I said, like going to the first match, Charlotte, Oscar, Rhea Ripley. Uh, I, I think at that time I was ordering my pizza. That was also writing down my notes of what happened in the match so I could talk about on this, podcast or whatever. But the match that I really fall asleep on people, and I even go back and watch. Now the Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman match. I went back and watched that match. I did because at that time I was getting my pizza. And like I said earlier in the video, I waited 2 hours for my pizza. I don't know what the hell was going on with Happy's Pizza. You know, but maybe because the pandemic, ever since the pandemic, these restaurants been fucking crappy. You know? But yeah, not Bianca, but Bobby Lashley, Drew, and Braun Strowman. I had to go back and watch that match before I came over here on this podcast because I had a lot of stress going on during that match. But the Rey Mysterio domination match, I didn't go back to that match because it was predictable as hell. You know the Lashley match was, triple threat match between Lashley, McIntyre, and Strowman was predictable. The match that was more predictable was Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. We all knew they was going to be the first father son WWE Tag Team Champions. We knew that was going to happen. I feel sorry for Robert Roode because Robert Roode, I don't know, maybe Vince McMahon, maybe it's another Triple H thing. Uh, man, they trashed Braun career. He was like a Shaq in the WWE. Nobody could stop him. I agree. I mean, I don't know. And we'll talk about that a little bit more too on the at the end because that was the triple threat match. Uh, yeah, I agree. Braun Strowman is he's buried. And the reason why he's buried because you took everything that was unique about him. His hairstyle was unique. You took that away from him, made him go bald so you can make him look just like the Big Show. And then you changed his wrestling gear, and then you let him lose to the Brock Lesnar over and over and over. And I hear people, I can't believe when people, even when Bro Reigns babyface, I still don't get why he was getting so much hate. The only thing I hate about Roman Reigns is they had him back like a PG character too much. I'm glad that he doing his heel turn and whatever, but still, people say Roman Reigns was shut down throats. Not really. The person that really was shut down throats was Brock Lesnar. This man literally was a part timer carrying the Universal Champion home and never even had a match. He was a part timer. He only came out for only SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and then matches like that, and pay per views like that. He never really came and he never even defended the Universal Champion on Raw or SmackDown. And you say Roman Reigns is shut down throat. Roman Reigns, you know another guy that was shut down on throats other than Brock Lesnar? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins beat Brock Lesnar over. And while they was making Roman Reigns lose to Brock Lesnar over and over, and he when he had a win, they couldn't give him a clean win. They only won because what? Braun Strowman was the distraction at the ringside, really, because he had the briefcase. And Brock Lesnar was worried that Braun Strowman was going to cash in the briefcase. First of all, why Braun Strowman need a briefcase anyway to win against Brock Lesnar? He don't need a briefcase. All he needs is one match. He will crush Brock Lesnar. But no, you wouldn't even allow that happen. Allow that to happen. Why? Because you see the star in your hand and you had to bury the man. And like I said, Vince McMahon, like I said earlier in the video, Vince McMahon has no intentions of making stars anymore. The only reason why I'm doing this podcast is because watching wrestling podcast is more entertaining than watching these bullshit shows now these days of Raw and SmackDown. Except for SmackDown is kind of awesome because Roman Reigns is on there. Yes, right. This Roman Reigns will crush Lesnar, you regular agent. Uh, Brock Lesnar, and don't get me wrong, Brock Lesnar is one of my favorite wrestlers. I love him. And that's why I hope this new guy that's supposed to be signing with WWE, I think he already signed with WWE. And I kind of think that's why Eva Marie is coming back. Eva Marie might be the manager of Paul, what's his name, Paul Bardeau, who looked just like Brock Lesnar. Now, I see him being the next Brock Lesnar, but if it's done right, I don't want him doing no part time shit like Brock Lesnar did. Stay full time and don't leave for 3 years. Rey Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Uh, what I was gonna say too about Robert Roode is maybe Triple H, maybe Vince McMahon look at Robert Roode as another Triple H too, because Robert Roode acted a lot like Triple H if you think about it. Look at his career in Impact Wrestling. He was the Triple H to be a TNA. He acted a lot like Triple H. His way he carried himself. If you look at Triple H, if Triple H lose a lot of weight, will lose 20 pounds and be the same weight of Robert Roode, they will look just definitely look just alike because Robert Roode, he might not be 250 pounds, 55 pounds like Triple H, might be 232, but he still looked like Robert, not Robert, but Triple H. It just being that size. Even when he cut his hair, now Triple H cut his hair, and then you got Robert Roode cut his hair. He used to have long hair like Triple H. He really still like Triple H now. Good now he cut his hair like Triple H cut his hair or whatever. I see a lot of Triple H and Robert Roode, and I think Vince McMahon season two, and that's another reason why he probably holding him back. I don't know, maybe it's just me because Robert Roode should be he should be on Raw right now, challenging Bobby Lashley for the WWE title instead of being hold back to be with Dolph Ziggler. And you call them, they call themselves the Dirty Dogs, really? Yeah, pretty soon they're gonna be the dirty jobbers. Because guess what? They're gonna be an afterthought. Now that they lost these tag team titles, they're gonna be nothing but afterthoughts. It is a shame because Robert Roode shouldn't even be in the tag team division unless he's gonna have James Stores coming to the WWE and be in the tag team division with him. Other than that, Robert Roode should be a singles competitor. Same thing, y'all fucked over Samoa Joe, let him go. He should be in WWE still. I know he's injury protocol, but come on, you lost a lot of money with Samoa Joe. But before this match started, they showed what happened earlier. I don't know if this happened in a kickoff show or happened earlier in the show while it was on the main show. I don't know. But they showed Dominic Mysterio had got attacked backstage by Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. And then, so the whole story behind this is this. Rey Mysterio has to defend, I mean, fight for the, try to be tag team champions without a tag team partner and without his son, rather, you know. So we literally have to sit here and watch Rey Mysterio get beat by the Dirty Dogs until what? The most predictable thing in the world we knew was going to happen. We already knew Dominic Mysterio was going to come out and say, "Oh, I'm okay now, Dad. Let's fight for these tag team titles to win." I'm gonna sleep through this whole match, and I ain't going back and watch that shit because to me, Dominic Mysterio, I'm not buying into him being the next Rey Mysterio until he changes look a little bit. His look right now, how you go from Rey Mysterio to cool mask and everything to Dominic Mysterio? That's right. He's not ready. You're right, Elijah. You know my idea with Dominic Mysterio. If Dominic Mysterio will, get some arms, because everybody talk about, oh, he's taller than his dad. Yeah, but he ain't ripped like his dad. He needs some muscles. He needs some arms or something. He need to grow a little bit long here in the back and start wearing the mask like his dad. He can wear a mask and all that. Like I said about Charlotte being just like her dad, it's all right for him to kind of be like his dad and to look, long as he wrestles different and add something to the moves and do something amazing. It would make more sense for him as long as he have his identity with it and not just be exactly like his dad. I can see, like people say, our trainer might be the next Eddie Guerrero. I can see that big story being the next Eddie Guerrero if it's done right. If you make this guy go to the gym and actually work out and get some muscles or stuff and look like a star, he can look like a star more than his dad if he works out and get some muscles. Do something. Because when I look at him, he look just like them jobbers that be in the back. He look like a Ricochet, and Ricochet got more muscles than him. And he's shorter. Ricochet walking around here with black jeans and shoes. Y'all buried, like I said earlier, you buried Ricochet so much. He not even coming out with his wrestling tights no more. Oh my god, this show sucks. The only thing that was amazing, I was just watching the video. They come up the Triple Threat match was better than the Roman Reigns and the Roman Reigns and Cesaro match. No, it wasn't. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna see Eddie. Exactly. Eddie Guerrero was buff. Elijah. Eddie Guerrero, that's a damn shame, man. Eddie Guerrero's not even alive. This man passed away, and this man is still more over than Dominic Mysterio, and even in his death right now. It's a damn shame. Eddie Guerrero's the legend, and if you want Dominic Mysterio to be the next Eddie Guerrero, you gotta make this man gain some muscle or something. I'm sorry, if you got to slip him a pill of steroids or something, or shoot it on him, do something. It's not believable with Dominic Mysterio be, oh, he's just gonna get pushed to the tag team titles just because his dad's Rey Mysterio. Guess what? Guess who did all the work in the match? Rey Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio came at the end. Is this how every match gonna be now? Because Dominic Mysterio, y'all don't really believe in him and his wrestling ability. And I think he's a pretty good wrestler. I see how some of his matches. He's okay, but he's not all that because to me, he need to be doing some type of submission moves or doing something. He need to be doing some high fly moves. Uh, like yeah, I don't know. He just needs some work. But yeah, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, they won, became the first ever tag team titles. Let's talk about this though. Jimmy and Jay Uso is going to be tag team champions at SummerSlam, and I already know who they're going to win for. They're going to beat Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. We already know that's going to happen. So at least there's something behind, something good coming behind it, you know. But other than that, I really don't hear about Donovan and Rey Mysterio right now. Rey Mysterio needs to just go ahead and retire. And there's one man that should retire him, and that should be Dominic Mysterio after he gains muscles and look like a star. And to me, I can see him having like a little Spider-Man gimmick too, because you have to think about it. Rey Mysterio had like a Captain America gimmick, Spider-Man gimmick. He used to come out with a wrestling, come out with wrestling types where dressing as Captain America too. If you remember, I can see Dominic Stewart doing that type of stuff because he cons around remind me of a Spider-Man character. You know how Spider-Man in the beginning of movies, he ain't called normal, like, he looked normal. Then also he put on his Spider-Man suit. I can see Dominic Stewart doing that type of shit. He can be different, like different as that, because his dad wearing the mask all the time. But you can see, I can see Dominic Stewart only wearing the mask in matches, but in promos he can still come out like normal Dominic Mysterio, whatever, wearing them little burnt up shirts, whatever, looking like a high school or look like he be at a university or something. Cause he look like he from a university the way he be dressing. But other than that, I'm not buying into Dominic Stewart right now. But the next match, though, I really don't want to talk about because it was horrible, and that was the Miz and Priest match. Daniel Priest versus the Miz. Oh, what do you do? It seemed like I don't know. It seemed like every time a gimmick like this happens between the Miz or anybody, it's always got to be some type of movie star shit in the middle of it. The Miz is always in these segments. He was with a segment not too long ago with Bad Bunny at WrestleMania, and now he's in another fucking gimmick with zombies. It's supposed to be a regular lumberjack match. Let me tell you what happened at the beginning. Little old Johnny Drip Drip, Johnny Morrison. He comes to the locker room. He's going to the locker room, right, where it's just lumberjacks. So he's going in there to try to beat all the lumberjacks, I guess, to talk to them, whatever. He opens the door. Guess who comes out? In the lumberjacks, zombies. I already knew that the zombies going to be lumberjacks after I see this. Because it doesn't take long for anyone to know what the next thing going to be because what did we see it behind that lumberjack? Yeah, you gotta be kidding, Elijah. You gotta be, what, what, listen, people. Look. You see this? Where's the remote? And what I need? Okay, you better be glad I didn't turn my television, change my television. You better be glad this week that I'm a fan of Roman Reigns. Because if Roman Reigns wasn't in this show, I would have not watched WrestleMania Backlash. I probably would have even changed my mind about this podcast. Because this show was crappy. It sucked. I'm hearing some people saying, "Oh, it's an okay pay-per-view." Stop lying to yourself. Tell the fucking truth. The show stank. It stank worse when you bring these zombies out of here. And now you're making people not want to even watch a Batista movie now. This was supposed to be. You mean to tell me you did this not to put over a priest, just to put over Batista movie? To me, you're doing the old same formula again. You know what the formula I mean? The same formula of pushing old guys instead of the new guys. This is supposed to be about Damian Priest. And here's the thing: Damian Priest versus the Miz that happened 57 times this year. When you gonna put Damian Priest into a new feud? Damian, Damian Priest should be feuding with Sheamus as a matter of fact right now. Why is he ain't coming out for these open challenges with Humberto, the Jobber, and Mazor, the Jobber, comes out for these United States Championship open challenges. These open challenges is not even for the United States Champion. A lot of it is not title matches. Have Damian Priest become a United States Champion or something. Not the next pay-per-view, but at least that Money to Bank, which is supposed to be July, I believe, 18th. Have him win or make him lose two matches, Hell in Cell and Money to Bank, just to make Sheamus still look strong. And then SummerSlam, let him get that third rematch and win. Do something. Damian Priest, you know, like I say, don't build him too fast. Build him slowly. Like I say, don't let him win right away. But at least let him become United States champion and put Sheamus in the feud with Bobby Lashley or something. Unless y'all about to bring Brock Lesnar come back to bury Bobby Lashley. Because I feel like they're about to have Bobby Lashley stay champion until SummerSlam and let Brock Lesnar, the part-timer, win that. And I don't want to see that. I don't even want to see, especially when I go to tell y'all about the Monday Night Raw review next after we get done with this, because I'm doing a Monday Night Raw review as well too. But yeah, like I said, Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. I'm not even excited to even see that right now. Unless it's gonna be a title match. I would rather see Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in a title match right now. Or even put the title match on there. Let Bobby Lashley lose to Damian Priest or somebody, and then or not Damian Priest, but Sheamus or Daniel Bryan or Finn Balor. Put Finn Balor off of NXT and bring the Demon King back and put him on Raw and let him take the title off of Lashley and let Lashley go feud with Brock Lesnar and beat his ass and win and then come back for the WWE title picture. Do something like that. But no, WWE can't think things through because I don't know. I don't know. Got a lot of people. I don't know, man. This show is frustrating, and then you need to tell me you bring zombies out for this lumberjack. And before this lumberjack match happened, Johnny Drip Drip. I can't believe they call him Johnny Drip. Call him Johnny Morrison, people. Man. Johnny Morrison comes out here, comes to the backstage and tell the man, look, I just see zombies in the lumberjack room, man. And you don't want to go out there and move. He tells Johnny Morrison, maybe you just seeing things, man. Ain't no zombies, no such thing as zombies. Which is true. This is another reason why this looked horrible. Because it probably would have been all right. It probably would have been all right if this was a Bray Wyatt segment or Undertaker segment. I said, oh, well, yeah, I guess this is the day Undertaker's gonna come out of retirement, guys. Because I started to think that was going to happen. And when I see the zombies, why the hell is zombies coming out for? First thing I thought about when I see zombies is Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. Not no Army of the Dead movie by Batista. Yeah, right. Finn Balor never lost either. He had an injury. Yeah, and that was the Universal title. But I rather see him just fight for the WWE title because we all know Roman Reigns ain't lose that Universal champion one time. So let him go on Raw and fight for the WWE champion and take it off of Bobby Lashley or something. Because Bobby Lashley, I wanted him to be WWE champion, but y'all didn't book him right. And I'll be talking about that a little bit later. And I'll be talking about that when we talk about the Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman match. But yeah, excuse me too. I got these bad sinuses, bro. But Miz versus Priest, the whole match was built around zombies. That's that's what I said. Where's the remote? What I needed. Okay. Why in the hell's I'm watching zombies or the rest of it? But this is supposed to be WrestleMania Backlash though. You remember when it was just only called WWE Backlash? Now you put WrestleMania on top of it, but it don't even. It don't even. I don't know. It don't even live up to the expectation of why it's called WrestleMania Backlash. First of all, the Intercontinental Champion, the United States Champion, was defended at WrestleMania, right? Why is it being defended at all at WrestleMania Backlash? But yet this is called WrestleMania Backlash. They silly, man. I'm telling you, and they silly with this whole Miz and Priest lumberjack match. We couldn't even have a normal lumberjack. But I don't really even care about lumberjack matches, but at least keep it the traditional way, make it the way it used to be. You bringing zombies out right now, and I ain't gonna lie, I was one of the people that blame Batista for us. Batista, did you know about this shit? But at the same time, I can't really blame Batista because at the end of the day, he doesn't book this shit. He even tweeted it and said, "Why is people blaming me? Y'all need to talk to Vince. I didn't know nothing about this. I didn't know that Vince wanted to use this. Batista already knew that Vince wanted to use it and came to him and told him, look, hey, I want to use your Army of the Dead movie so I can, advertise it, get people to want to watch it. But Batista should have known, though. I was just like I know. Anything you give Vince McMahon, he's gonna fuck it up. And you gonna give him your movie to advertise. He can't even advertise Raw and SmackDown, right? Okay. Oh boy. I did get why they were fighting the zombies. It was supposed to be a lumberjack match. Yeah, the whole scenario was the lumberjacks with the zombies. Dumbass bitch. Vince McMahon looked at it and said, no, that's gonna be a great idea. Yes, bring zombies. Triple H definitely needs to take Vince McMahon to the doctor to get his brain checked or something. Something wrong with that man. For real. You think this is what die-hard wrestling fans want to see?
and you overshadow Damian Priest moment, even though we see Miz versus Priest over and over again. Still, it's Priest moment, and you overshadow it for a fucking zombie. This is the shit that comes on Raw now. Meanwhile, we got people, fans, looking more credible when they say AEW is better than WWE. They're looking more credible now because they seen it because showed them this bullshit. Chris Jericho even tweeted and said, "Oh, this is WWE WrestleMania Backlash. Whoopie doo. Oh, we got zombies now. This is what I forgot what he how he really said it, but he basically saying is this is what AEW got to worry about when it comes to competition with WWE. That's what he basically saying. And AEW not doing so good either. I'm not gonna be biased and be like, oh, WWE doing so bad, AEW doing good, or AEW doing so bad, WWE doing good. WWE and AEW both are not all that. WWE is horrible, period. I think WWE is worse than AEW though. AEW at least got blood matches and make you tune into certain things, but still, I think AEW has a lot to catch up on if they want to be better than WWE. I mean, WWE still got that pay per view WrestleMania, even though they bury the pay per view every year now. I mean, they bury it with a bunch of part timers entering WrestleMania with champions. Same with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. You know, uh, yeah, Priest wins, but I don't think people gonna even remember that because all they gonna remember is seeing zombies. You might as well. You should have just put on Michael Jackson Thriller song now. You should have just did that. Something. Bianca Belair. I'm about to move on. I don't even want to talk about that shit though. Bianca Belair versus the Bailey for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The match overall was okay. I was interested in that match. I was watching it, but it didn't really do nothing for me because, like I say, same thing what I say about what I say about somebody got pushed too fast. Like who we was talking about earlier, they got pushed too fast. Elijah. That's how I feel about Bianca Belair. She's getting pushed. Oh yeah, Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was pushed too fast. Same thing with Bianca Belair. You push too. You see, Vince McMahon, he's stupid because this how he thinks. Y'all, y'all, y'all said y'all wanted to see new talent get put over. Yes, but we said we want them to get put over right. We didn't say we want to see them get put over in the way that you put them over. Like, oh yeah, this is just rush throw the title at Rhea Ripley. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I'm on live.
You know, live.
Yeah, on YouTube. And y'all, it's my Uncle Nate. But yeah, uh, what I was talking about the show. Oh yeah, Bianca Belair. I feel like I like
Ah,
Bianca Belair. This man just passed me a joint. It's a good thing that I put not for kids for this video. I want to. Hey, Elijah, do you know anything about any rules of not smoking on these YouTube channels? I might not. I might can't smoke on here. Let me know. Let me know. You know how they be having these rules on YouTube and then they strike your videos and shit, which is stupid. Weed is legal. You know, no different than me right now drinking some liquor. And I have to go some Hennessy
yeah.
over here. Hold on, guys, just in case. But like I said, I like Bianca Belair, but I feel like they pushed her too fast. So I should have lost that match at WrestleMania. Bianca Belair they should have at least waited for SummerSlam to let her win. Because now already her championship reign started to get boring. Look at they over here choking. Yeah, but the match was kind of weird because the ending was stupid. Like the whole match was built around Bailey. I knew this was gonna be built around Bianca Belair, long ponytail. So they had Bailey literally sit there and play with Bianca's hair all the way through the match just to use her hair for, you know, to cheat or whatever. Bianca Belair ended up using it herself at the end, but it kind of was like it ended in a botch because she tried to use the ponytail to top Bailey's leg to win the match, but I don't know. It was weird. My boy Elijah said, "Yeah, I agree. Every person they pushed from NXT became the champion. Kevin, AJ, Belair, yeah, but AJ now to me, I think they did the best with AJ Lee. Uh, Kevin Owens right now. No, I would say Kevin Owens was the second best Universal Champion. The first one to me right now is Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar is way at the bottom of the list. I don't care how long he kept the WWE Universal title, and he ain't break no CM Punk's record. CM Punk was a Universal Champion. He was WWE Champion when he had that 434 reign. Okay, so get it right, Vince, and everybody else. WWE that was on Facebook or Instagram saying, "Oh, Brock Lesnar broke CM Punk's record." Fuck out of here. Okay, get it right. All right. Shit. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. This company needs to get it together because what if AEW out of nowhere becomes fantastic and everybody start watching AEW and don't watch WWE no more? They just need to get this shit together because and I love Roman Reigns, but you can't still just build the company around Roman Reigns and just bury everybody else. You got to start pushing other guys too. Cesaro, I know a lot of people saying why Cesaro lose to Roman Reigns. Well, Cesaro is the only competitor right now for Roman Reigns until Seth Rollins turned face. Yeah, and like you said, I'm glad you cleared that up. I thought he did too. Oh, you talking about for Kevin Owens being the best Universal Champion? Yep. And next to Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns number one. Brock Lesnar. Oh yeah, about the. I think I know you're talking about the 434 reign with CM Punk and all that. Yeah, I had to clear it up because CM Punk put in a lot of work. And not that I hate The Rock. I love The Rock, but why the hell they had to have Rock bury him just for Cena? I wish I was glad that Cena got his rematch and won, but you had to do it at the expense of burying CM Punk's title reign. He could have been championship a little bit longer, to tell you the truth, and went into WrestleMania. And you probably could have turned it into a triple threat match since you let to do all these triple threat matches that they do these days now. Boy, I tell you, every time I look around, it's another triple threat match. Triple threats number one, triple threats number two, triple threat number three. We had two triple threat matches last night. I mean, at Sunday at WrestleMania Backlash. For real, like I say, I'm going back to the whole uh, Bianca Belair and Bailey. Bianca Belair, uh, you should have gave her time to get pushed at SummerSlam. Like at least give her a little journey for the like showing that how long she waited to be woman SmackDown Woman Champion. Like I went through hell. I went to Ring Roman, but lost that WrestleMania. And then came to SummerSlam, waited until August to finally become W SmackDown World Champion. You also could have gave Sasha Banks finally at WrestleMania moments that you let her lose 6 WrestleManias now. This is her sixth WrestleMania loss she had. She did not have one yet. Not one. Tell me, I don't know. I don't know. WWE is on some bullshit. Right. Uh, Bianca wins, but like I said, she won in that little botch that happened at the end when she tried to. I knew what she was trying to do, but it didn't really connect. She tried to wrap her long ponytail around Bailey's leg to win, but you know, who else on SmackDown is a worthy opponent for the belt? Only person that I see right now that's worthy for that belt is going to be Aleister Black. But I want them to save that. I would rather for them to save Aleister Black right now Aleister Black and Big E. They need, but the thing is, Aleister Black and Big E need to be built first to go against a Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins, I already can tell they already teasing it because, and we're gonna talk about that at the end too. How I know that they're teasing that Seth Rollins is going against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. And low people, Roman Reigns is about to turn the babyface again for Seth Rollins because he's here right now. Seth Rollins is about to turn babyface around SummerSlam time. Okay, all right. Roman Reigns ain't turning face no time soon because we already see how that went when he was a face. People booed him out the building. Okay. And you know they booing him not, but they booing him for a right reason. They booing him because he's a heel, he's hated, not because he's coming out doing these scripts, these boring scripts that Vince McMahon gets Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns looking at the script like, I don't feel this shit at all, you know. And I already heard that Roman Reigns is the one that wanted to turn heel and came to Vince McMahon and said, I'm gonna come back, but if I go come back, I want to come back as heel Vince because this baby face thing ain't working out for me. Fans do not like me at all. Not because I'm a heel. It's supposed to be hated because I'm a boring ass baby face that I don't even want to be myself. I want to have fun and be a heel. And Vince McMahon finally granted him that wish. And that's why he's such a great, you know, WWE superstar now. On SmackDown. And even though Raw's supposed to be the A show, and SmackDown supposed to be the B show, he making SmackDown the A show now. And making it watchable. And I always feel like SmackDown was better than Raw anyway, tell you the truth. You know, that just me. I don't know. But we're going to go to the next match. The next match is Bobby Lashley versus Drew and Braun Strowman for the WWE Champion. Uh, this match went 14 minutes. Uh, it was okay. It did live up. I think it lived up to a. Even though I'm tired of all these triple threat matches, I have I had low expectations for this match to be good. I didn't think it was gonna live up to his hype because they was hyping this match up. Oh, we got a triple threat match. The match ended up being okay. It ended up being good. I liked it, but it's not that. It wasn't like it was something that I'd never seen before. I seen it already before. I already seen Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley going fighting around an LED board like Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley did. Like I already seen shit like that already. It wasn't so amazing. And the reason why it's not so amazing because it still look like y'all just do the title of Bobby Lashley and then give the man the real build for the WWE title. The only thing that they built it around is he waited 15 years to be WWE champion. Really, that's the best y'all could do. Y'all could have. This is what I don't like. I'm glad that y'all gave the WWE title to Bobby Lashley, but why the hell you had to take it from the Bears? You also got to remember when Brock Lesnar took the title and won his first title in WWE. Not only did it take 15 years for him to win, but when he did win the WWE title, he guess who he took it from? The Rock. People remember who you take the title from too. People ain't gonna remember he took the title off the Bears. And when and if you tell them, hey, he took the title off the Bears, people gonna laugh. That's believable. Everybody knows Bobby Lashley can beat the Bears. Did he take the title for Brock Lesnar? No. You could have had Brock Lesnar at least hot potato the title or something. Or have somebody else that's believable that's champion lose it to Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley should have won the title at Elimination Chamber. To be exact, why he had to win his first title was Raw on the episode of Raw. As a matter of fact, he should have won the title at WrestleMania. He should have won the Royal Rumble. Why the fuck Edge with the Royal Rumble? You could have had Bobby Lashley with the Royal Rumble, go to WrestleMania and fight Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. And I love Edge, but I'm not into old guys from back in the past uh, trying to relive their glory and hold Royal Rumbles and WrestleMania hostage just so they can have that one more run. No, only guy that I wouldn't buy if they would have let this one land with a Royal Rumble, I wouldn't buy. Yeah, that would have been Daniel Bryan. If they would have landed with a Royal Rumble, all those times they fucked him over and never landed with a Royal Rumble when we wanted him back to win back in 2015 and 14. I would have been okay with that. But no, you have to have Bobby Lashley. I mean, Edge with a Royal Rumble instead of Bobby Lashley. This man should have won the Royal Rumble, and he should have went to WrestleMania and took the title off of Drew McIntyre. And then you could have had this little stupid triple threat match still between him and Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre, whatever. But Bobby Lashley won. But this is what happened. They went by the LED board. Bobby Lashley and Drew. Uh, Lashley tried I forgot what he tried to do with the LED board. I think he tried to do a suplex on the LED board, but what ended up happening is Drew McIntyre ended up getting off of that suplex and ended up exactly. And you know what? I was just telling somebody about that too, Elijah. Like not the edge part really. But yeah, I didn't mention edge, but I was like, why is everybody hating on Roman Reigns when he does the spear? Even though people don't complain no more every season turn heel, but I was talking to someone as like they was complaining and saying Kobe Spear is much better, but yet nobody ever bitched about Edge's spear. And he's been stealing Goldberg's spear for years. And I'm not saying that to say I have a problem with it. He's just one of my favorite wrestlers. I love him. But the thing is, just because he's back there and see the blow time doesn't mean I gotta cheer him and say, oh, he's just the best. Edge is fucked up the Royal Rumble by winning this year when you should have had a new guy with a Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, all these other pay-per-views like Survivor Series, SummerSlam should be won by only new guys winning WWE titles or world titles and winning Royal Rumbles. Not these old guys that got gray hair on their chest like Goldberg coming out here talking about, I'm Goldberg and I'm going to bury a new talent. Fuck out of here. Now, I'm supposed to be excited to see Goldberg take the title off of Bray Wyatt and he buried Bray Wyatt. That's a whole other video right there. I can talk about that all night. That shit upset me. And that made me not be a Goldberg fan at all no more. I'm not even a Goldberg fan after that. I'm done. Done with Goldberg. And you could have put over Dolph Ziggler too, because I like Dolph Ziggler. Even though he's in this position with the Dirty Dogs right now. You know, Dolph Ziggler to me still could have been the next Shawn Michaels. You know, that could have been the moment to revive his career, but no, you buried the man. Just so Goldberg can have one win and then go back to his son and say, did you see Daddy on TV? Oh yeah, I see you. I see you all right with being like crisis trying to relive your old days. Goldberg was a legend back in the days, but even back then, I can tell you right now, Goldberg, no, only thing that was special about Goldberg was the spirit jackhammer. You know, to me, they were trying to make him better Stone Cold Steve Austin, but Stone Cold Steve Austin is way better to me. That's just my opinion. Okay. And then I'm talking about back in WCW days when they were trying to make Goldberg the next Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they were trying to compete with WWE and ratings back then. But we all know Stone Cold Steve Austin is on a whole other level and could actually wrestle too. I never see Goldberg as a wrestler. I just see him as a spirit jackhammer repeat. We go home, you know. And that's why when he had that match with the Undertaker, it got exposed because Undertaker literally, even though Undertaker was in the best shape when he fought Goldberg in that match, Undertaker though can wrestle. The difference between Goldberg, Goldberg almost killed Bret Hart's career because he couldn't wrestle. He kicked him too hard. Probably a lot of people feel like he probably did it on purpose, probably. And it took a lot of people in Canada to forgive him because that match happened in Canada between Goldberg and Bret Hart. But people forgive him for that now. But I forgive him for that too. But still, come on now. Goldberg, I think was super hyped. I think people super hyped him too much. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying he's not one of the best. I still say Goldberg is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's one of my favorites. Before Undertaker became my favorite wrestler, because Undertaker is my favorite wrestler. Before he became my favorite wrestler, Goldberg was my favorite wrestler until I started really getting into wrestling and pay attention to wrestling matches and how people wrestle. You know, and Undertaker had wrestling moves for days for your ass. For decades, you see Undertaker go from just doing a tombstone to doing a submission chokehold, triangle submission chokehold, and chokeslam in a last ride. You Goldberg, we see him do the same thing over the years. Spear jackhammer. That's it. And I would be okay with going, but the fact that you came back just to bury Bray Wyatt, when you could have used your power of being a legend to talk to Vince and say, hey Vince, I want to win this match. Let Bray win. You could have used your power because you got seniority. You know that Vince had problems with you being in WCW and never coming to WWE until later on after WCW went out of business. You know Vince McMahon, Vince Goldberg and Vince McMahon, but here's a lot. Goldberg still Cobra and Vince McMahon pretty much are getting along now. And Vince McMahon is at the point where he still see money in you and will do whatever you want. And if you would have said, I want to put over Bray Wyatt, Vince McMahon would have said, okay, we'll do whatever you want, Goldberg. As long as you keep making me money, you're here. It's probably my worst impression of Vince McMahon, but I don't know. Bobby Lashley does the spear, and nobody bitches about that. You know, yes, he does it way better than Edge, and he does it better than Roman Reigns. But does that mean he's better than Roman Reigns? Nope. And he's definitely not better than Roman Reigns now the way y'all pushing him. He won the title last night, but for what? What's to be excited about? Y'all not giving him a real opponents right now. Drew McIntyre, we see them fight like 70 times now. We need new people and new opportunities for the new talent. Uh, after Drew through what's his name, Bobby Lashley through the LED board, that's what ended up happening. He ended up throwing him the LED board and then running back on Monday Night Raw. I mean, my bad. Running back in the ring to go against Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre for a little bit going at it. They going at it outside the ring. They go back in the ring. They go at it again. It ended up ending with Drew McIntyre doing a Claymore kick on Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley. For some reason, some magical reason, like this man wasn't laying down waiting for that moment for MVP. Because if you look in the back, the camera will show MVP all the way at the LED board right by uh, uh, Bobby Lashley. You can tell he's sitting there telling him, hey, it's time. It's almost time for you to get up in a minute. Drew McIntyre about to do the Claymore kick. Okay, he did it. Go ahead. Go in the ring. And, okay, we all know what was going to happen. We all knew that Bobby Lashley was going to go in there and throw Drew McIntyre out the ring. And I'm surprised that he didn't spear him to Braun Strowman and it didn't just go for the pin. And I'm surprised Braun Strowman got back up at the Claymore kick. I thought he was going to stay down there. Braun Strowman was just going to go for the pin. But thank goodness Bobby Lashley at least did a spear to win the match. Not just win the match off of the Claymore kick that Drew McIntyre did. So I like that ending. Okay. But we all knew it was predictable. It was going to happen. Last but not least, the match that I want to talk about is Roman freaking Reigns and Cesaro. That match was the best match of the night. Not no Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman, because that was a match that nobody wanted to see. No way. You think people really want to watch that match? People want to watch a WrestleMania Backlash for Roman people. Sorry, it's got to be true. Uh, I'm not being biased, being like, oh, I'm just a Roman Reigns fan, and that's that, whatever. I'm just saying the truth. Roman Reigns is the only thing that's interesting in WWE right now. And Bobby Lashley, I'm gonna give him a chance. Maybe they start giving you real opponents. But when I get to the Monday Night Raw review, I'm gonna tell y'all about that in a minute and tell y'all how that went. And so far, they are already still going the Raw roll with Bobby Lashley. We're gonna talk about that next on the Raw review. But Roman Reigns and versus our match was the best match of the night. And the reason why, because I was wondering when Roman Reigns was gonna do something special with the Superman punch, and he finally did. I don't know if he did it before then, but he did something special with the Superman punch. Cesaro went for how he jumps on the top of the ropes and then try to come back with the European uppercut. Roman Reigns turned into a Superman punch. And not only did that, he was doing arm bars, submission moves, power bombs his arm. If you would have told me that Roman Reigns can hold a candle to a Cesaro in a wrestling match 2 years ago, I would have been like, Cesaro wrestling around circles of Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns is literally wrestling in a match now. Is actually not just doing flying clotheslines, Superman punches no more. Spears. He's also doing matches. Yeah. You talk about the Bobby Lashley, Elijah? Yeah, there was a clean. It was a clean win for Bobby Lashley. He still won the spear or whatever. And that's what I like about the Roman Reigns and Cesaro match. At least it was a clean match too. You did have Jimmy and Jay Uso fuck up, coming to mess up the match. Thank goodness Roman Reigns beat the hell out of Cesaro through the match just like he did with Daniel Bryan without having help. He beat Daniel Bryan without help. He beat Cesaro without help. Roman Reigns was doing armbar submission moves. He did his what's the name of that? What's the name of that submission move that Roman Reigns do? The main one, not the armbar. He did the armbar that WrestleMania Backlash too. But Elijah, what's the name of that submission move that he does? Oh yeah, Roman Reigns. Yeah, what's the name of that submission move that he did? Uh, that he be doing now? That he put you around the chokehold with the arm. But he did it. That's how he won the match. Cesaro didn't tap out. But he passed out. So Cesaro still looked strong in this match. Cesaro did wrestle Roman Reigns real good in this match. They had a good wrestling match. You know, Cesaro didn't just sit there and that Roman Reigns just beat his ass all day. He fought back too. It makes Cesaro look strong. Yes, he unfortunately the man lost, but who else going to do the job to lose to Roman Reigns? Because Roman Reigns can't be losing that title anytime soon. You just turn him in heel. If you turn a man heel, you can't just start making this man lose. You right off the back, left and right. Give this man a push. Roman Reigns should be should break Brock Lesnar's Universal title record. Now we can talk about records being breaking regarding Universal title now. Now the CM Punk days a whole other level. That's a whole other thing. But I would not see Roman Reigns taking that title record off of Brock Lesnar. They'll break his record. So I don't think I even see the spear in this match though. I don't think Roman Reigns did not one spear. Yes, that move is dangerous. He's the best now. You let Roman add a submission to his move set killer. Yes. And I don't know. I got this friend that I talk to. We butt heads right now about Roman Reigns because for some reason he still hate Roman Reigns because the thing is he ain't even been watching anything Roman Reigns been doing as a heel. He just Roman Reigns ain't the best Rock and Stone Cold. That's the problem. Y'all compare Stone Cold and The Rock and Roman Reigns and all these guys together. Josh, you want to know what's set apart from John Cena? The Rock is John Cena. John Cena. The Rock is The Rock. Whoever you feel like is better, okay, what we do. But here's the thing: stop comparing these guys to each other and start trying to say Roman Reigns ain't never gonna beat shit because he don't come out and just like The Rock. Let Roman Reigns be Roman Reigns. That's why The Rock got over because he was being The Rock. Let Roman Reigns be Roman Reigns so he can keep on getting over as Roman Reigns, people. Stop comparing the two, okay? Let Roman Reigns be Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns doing a damn good job being Roman Reigns right now. He's the only thing that's watchable in WWE. Just like, you know, I don't know. Roman Reigns, at least people talk about Roman Reigns. This is the reign until who's going to end Roman Reigns. What's his name? Somebody in the commentary said, who's going to end Roman Reigns' reign until? I think was it Michael Cole? But here's the thing, and that's when he beat Daniel Bryan, though, right? He beat Daniel Bryan. So Michael Cole, somebody on the commentary table said that. Here's the thing, the real Reign of Terror was Brock Lesnar's Universal title run. That was the Reign of Terror. Okay. That's something I don't ever want to go back to. So you better not have no Brock Lesnar come to Monday Night Raw doing shit to Bobby Lashley's title. Bobby Lashley is not the best champion right now. I don't really care about him being champion right now, but I damn sure don't want Brock Lesnar to come back to beat him and taking the title off of him. Let them have a non-title match and let Bobby Lashley get over and win. Like I cried that loud, say, okay. But like I said again, Roman Reigns, the match was awesome. It was submission moves after submission moves. This is useful for part here. Let's go across the title. No, Elijah, I get what you're saying, but the Usos are not gonna cost Roman Reigns the title anytime soon. They're by July or August, Jimmy and Jay Uso is going to become tag team partners, and Jimmy is finally going to come around to, you know, worshiping the tribal chief Roman Reigns and acknowledging him as the head of the table, and they're going to become tag team titles. Probably in 2 years they'll break up. The Usos and Roman Reigns are not going to break up for at least a year and a half or 2 years. It's not going to be a breakup anytime soon. Roman Reigns, to me, Roman Reigns and the Usos remind me of Triple H in the Evolution days. Now, and everything that Triple H and the Evolution did back then was right. Nothing was wrong with it. Everything was right. And what I mean by everything was right is they let them guys stay with each other for a while. Then start breaking them up. And then start letting Batista and Randy Orton be champion. I can even see Jimmy or Jay Uso be a WWE champion. People can let that be if they hear me say that all they want, but I don't care. Jay Uso, I really do believe he called himself the main event, main event Uso, whatever. I believe it. Because Jay Uso literally be looking good in the ring when he be going against Daniel Bryan and other guys in the ring. You know, Jay Uso is talented. And I used to like Jimmy Uso better than Jay, but I'm starting to like Jay Uso kind of better than Jimmy now. I don't know, but Jimmy, he's been gone. I'm gonna give him a chance. He's been gone, and now that he's back, I'm gonna give him a chance to see how good he do as being around Roman Reigns' bitch. As you know, he walking around calling Jay Uso Roman Reigns' bitch now. Pretty soon we're gonna see Jimmy Uso be Roman Reigns' bitch, and we're gonna see something great come out of this. Like I said, Jimmy and Jay Uso by SummerSlam is taking them tag team titles off of Ray and Dominic Mysterio. You know, the first father son championship reign is going to be short lived at SummerSlam. And Roman Reigns is going to beat the hell out of Seth Rollins and finally get the win that he should have had a long time ago. First of all, why the hell Roman Reigns didn't turn on the Shields? Why they had to make Seth Rollins turn on? I didn't like that. They should have had Roman Reigns turn on the Shields and have Roman Reigns do that heel turn, and that would have been getting other people love Roman Reigns. People would. I don't know. Vince McMahon, this shit backwards. Okay, illogical booking, a lot of illogical booking. Okay, like I said, but what in the Triple H right probably do Roman was the alpha dog in the Shield. They had to end the Shield. They were too powerful. Yeah, the Shields were too powerful. People like that. I like hear a lot of people trying to say. But like I say, like the same thing I say about stop comparing Roman Reigns to the Rock and all that. Everybody is always comparing the Shields to the NWF, to the G generation. That Shields were the Shields. It's not like Shields were bad. Shields were great. Shields brought the ratings up. It made people start watching WWE again just because they wanted to see who the Shields going to attack. Oh, next week on Monday Raw, night on Raw. Is he going to attack again on SmackDown? See what I'm saying? Why is people shitting on the Shields? And I can understand why they shit on the Shields because they kept on doing shit reunion. Now, that was done too many times. Stop doing this shit reunion. Give it time, some time to breathe. They kept bringing the Shields back together a little bit too much at the end. And that's when I started hating it because that's just like breaking up the world order and then having them back together in 6 months. You know, same thing as the Generation X. And it was up with the New Day. They don't never bring up the New Day, even with them being separated and being in the Raw brand. One is a Raw brand and at the Raw brand, and then one is a SmackDown brand. Like Biggie's on SmackDown, Kofi and Xavier's on Raw. They still together. They're not even. Why could we see a Biggie turn on one of the Xavier Woods or Kofi or something? They could have did it while Kofi was never big champion. They could have did that, but no, you want to give it to Brock Lesnar and Hart Timer. You could have had Big E take that title off of Kofi in 1 minute at SummerSlam, or at that first episode of SmackDown on Fox. And you could have been the beginning of a heel turn by Big E saying, "I should have been the first ever Black WWE champion." Do not know Kofi Kingston. That could have happened, but no, you give it to fucking Brock, the part timer, the lazy Jimmy John's son of a bitch. WWE frustrates me, man. Vince McMahon frustrated me. Man needs to be tired for real. Uh, the ending after what happened with Roman Reigns is the Cesaro match. This is what happened. Jay Uso came out, and hold on. If we had the Big E that was with AG Lee, he would have been champion. He was a beast back then. Yeah. Like I say, don't push the guys too fast, but don't take long to push the leader. You took a long time to finally even give Cesaro a WWE title picture, to put him in a WWE title picture. And now I'm supposed to believe he's going to beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Backlash. Get the fuck out of here. It's the same thing what's going on with the Big E thing. Don't wait till 10 years to finally push him, because at least Big E had the New Day behind him. So now that he's a singles competitor, it's believable if you put him in a WWE title picture at any time. But right now, Even though Cesaro had Sheamus as a tag team partner, uh, everybody looked at that and said Cesaro should be the WWE title picture while he's in the tag team division. This McMahon just holding him back. You can say the same thing about Big E, but the New Day was entertaining and it was okay, so that's why Big E not being rushed to the WWE title picture while he was with the New Day was kind of okay. But if now that he's a singles competitor, you don't want to wait 10 years now. Now that he's a 10 year singles competitor, you don't want to wait 10 years now to finally push him. Big E should be pushed within 1 year right now, or at least 2 years. Not 2 years. Well, that's too long. 1 year and a half, maybe. Start pushing him so he can at least win the Royal Rumble next year, maybe. So do something because I don't want to see another old guy named Goldberg, or should I call him Oldberg, ruin another new talent just so they can get the spotlight when you could be just put titles on somebody like Big E, okay? Or Bray Wyatt, who could be the new face of fear after The Undertaker. And like I said, I'm not gonna be no bias. I love The Undertaker, he's my favorite wrestler, but I'm gonna get on his ass too. Why the hell that he had to bury Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania? Oh, because you mad because not mad because it was his plan anyway to let Brock Lesnar win the WrestleMania match. But here, you was into let Brock Lesnar take your streak when he's a part timer, but you're not into let Bray Wyatt have a win over you at WrestleMania so he can have a beginning of a good career. That would have put him over big time. The same thing with Undertaker uh burying AJ Styles before he leaves. He even had to bury our talent before he leaves. I love the Undertaker, but he's my favorite wrestler. But I'm gonna call him out his bullshit too. Like another bullshit shit that he did was when he tried to put down the WWE talent of today's generation and say that the old generation was better. You know good well why the old generation was better because Vince McMahon pushed y'all. He ain't pushing none of these guys no more. It's not the guy's fault. Why you calling him soft? Calling these new wrestlers soft now? The only person that's soft now today in WWE is little your little boss named Vince McMahon. He's soft. Boy, you put nobody over. Okay, but like that's all that really happened though. Roman Reigns and Cesaro. What ended up happening after the match is Seth Rollins came out. First, Jay Uso came out and was attacking him over and over. But then Seth Rollins came out. Yeah.
Auntie Creature gave that. I don't know what it is.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, how about that? You got me, so. But yeah, uh, Jay Uso came out and put this little thing over a race here, whatever you call that little thing with, call him the tribal chief or whatever. I'm surprised Jimmy Uso didn't come out after this, but Jay ended up attacking Cesaro, and then guess who comes out in the middle of the attack? Uh, the one and only Seth freaking Rollins. And who knows? It's funny because this man about to be babyface pretty soon. It's obvious because as soon as he come out, just guess what he does? He stares down Roman Reigns for a minute before he started attacking Cesaro. He attacked Cesaro very viciously too. I wouldn't be surprised if Cesaro be out of if they make this like some type of what's it called they'll turn this into a story and be like, oh, Cesaro's injured for a while. He ain't gonna even be in the match with Roman Reigns in Hell in Cell. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that because he got his ass whooped by Seth Rollins a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But that's how the show ended. It was Seth Rollins beating up on Cesaro. But anyway, guys, overall the show though, other than the Roman Reigns versus Cesaro match, the show sucked. Okay. I can't even say that much about Roman Reigns and Cesaro match. It was the best match of the night, but you know, only thing that was exciting about it was seeing Roman Reigns growing in the ring. Every time you see Roman Reigns, he's growing in the ring each day, each week, every week, he's doing something new. He's doing a new move. Now he's doing a submission. Now he's doing another submission. The man's awesome. But other than that, though, uh, there's nothing in this show. This show sucks. Okay, that's all I can say. Now it's time to talk about another show that sucks. That is Monday Night Raw. And we're about to talk about that next. So I'm about to end this stream and go on to the next stream. All right, all right.